everybody knows Sunrise and the champion. Hey, champion. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to CVM.
Morning.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Good morning to you. And if you're wondering what's going on, why are we dressed like this? Why is Dennis decked out in St. Catherine High School gear? And why is Auntie Miss Kitty dressed in Kingston College gear? Well, guess what, guys? Today is the start of ISA Boys and Girls Championships.
The
today.
greatest high school track and field show on planet Earth.
That is right, Dennis. You encapsulated it very right. It's being held at the National Stadium, and I do hope that you all are planning to go to support our students, to support our youngsters who have worked and trained very hard. I want to say good morning to all the rural schools who have made it to Kingston, and Dennis, you know, they make it through the hills and the valleys, you know what I mean?
Them have to book out them hotel from early out, and them training space from early out.
Yeah.
And they have them, you know, they have them support staff in Kingston, so they have to be here.
Yeah. So we also all the coaches as well. Coach Levy of Holy Childhood, all the different coaches, all the different chefs, you know, the physiotherapists. But all I'm doing is something I feel right this morning.
I feel like there's an emptiness. We need.
Yeah, I don't know. So what's TK there? So she's not working today? Where's TK?
Champion.
What's going on? Okay, I get. Okay. You know, so TK coming like a mother woman. TK, let me spin the roll. Whoa. Okay, so we know it's serious when TK drop my eye, Junior gun flag lady. Mind my eye, mind my retina, mind my little retina, my little pupil. Careful, I gotta see Casey win this year.
Listen.
How are you, TK?
Just because I come in the news gear don't mean I'm not representing Woolmers. I get quite a
What I get quota geese mean?
It means whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability.
Wonderful, I like that. I get quota geese. Okay, great.
Let me just fold this ceremoniously.
TK!
Good morning!
When was your first champ? When did you attend your first champ?
No, you know, so I went to champs from high school days, come straight up. But then here we go now. We weren't winning very often, you see? And I was like, no, man, them good, man. We come back when them start.
So you went in 2010? You went in 2010?
I'm not going this year. No, I didn't go in 2010. I didn't go in 2010. When you won?
Oh. Okay. When was your first champ, Dennis?
Dennis is like,
well, let me ease off some of the stress. You know what? Like, true story. I only started going to champs as an adult, right? When I was in high school, I was not allowed to go to champs.
Really?
No, because my mom was very afraid of the size of the crowd.
And at the time, there was a lot of violence. There was a lot of school violence.
Stampede, violence. You know, and that's what, you remember, I don't know if you remember this, the Peace and Love at Champs initiative.
And then it became Peace and Love in school. That's how PALS started.
Right, and so I was not allowed, Dennis, to go. My mother said, watch it on TV, because when you watch on TV, nobody can block you. You have the best seats in the house, because it's right there.
So it just never developed into something in
but from
look at it now.
I support my team from home, you know, and from work and in other spaces. I give real support, so that's what it is.
But champs is a vibe when you go to the National Stadium and you hear the singing and the cheering and the chanting, and when they line up on me, when you're cheering for your particular school, it's just absolutely amazing.
And now there's social media, so I can go on St. Catherine High School Instagram and I can woo.
Yeah, nice.
And then how do you feel about taking in some headlines that is not champs? How it sound? How that sound to you?
Would it?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Champs is the headline.
That's I do know. Yes, ready. Good morning. Let's jump into the headlines.
Right.
NCB reaffirmed that its RSA secure ID tokens are completely secure. We had reported earlier that there were some concerns around it. NCB Jamaica Limited, NCBJ, has clarified that its RSA secure ID tokens were not affected by the recent security vulnerability reported by Jamaica's National Security Operations Center. The bank explained that the issue pertains only to RSA encryption keys, which are different from the tokens used for customer authentication. NCBJ assured customers that its tokens remain secure as they function independently of encryption keys. The National Security Operations Center had warned that millions of RSA keys were exposed, potentially enabling cybercriminals to conduct fraud and phishing attacks. NCBJ reaffirmed its commitment to high security standards and encouraged customers to bank with confidence.
You know, when I saw this, I thought to myself, it is important for people who disseminate information, especially in an era of misinformation and disinformation. There are people who actively want to put out the wrong information, right? Not to mention people who just communicate poorly. So when you are communicating information like this, you have to be specific. You have to be careful. You have to be technical, and then you have to break it down so that the average person can understand.
That is it, Dennis.
Because you create unnecessary fear and anxiety.
Yeah, fear-mongering.
It is fear-mongering.
And you probably think saying, oh no, the encryption keys are
like people understand.
And then you don't realize that's not our speak.
Yeah.
We don't know what
from
that
I hear
means.
key, I
just hear bank, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, it couldn't take, I mean, as a person who is in communication for a living, you need to speak with the technical people and say, make sure somebody communicate this thing right, you know?
Yes.
Because from a technical people, explain it to me like a 5-year-old.
Yes,
True.
Exactly.
And then also, don't assume that when you put it out there and you can say, hey, we put out the right thing because we explained it. Yeah, but people are going to take it and they're going to mis-explain it and dis-explain it. So you have to go beyond now. You owe the public a duty of care to go and make sure, because you're asking yourself, okay, so how might people misinterpret this when they put it in the auntie's WhatsApp group? You go and you clarify, you make sure, break it down, put it in an infographic or something like that. Simple language. We are not talking about this thing. Because guess what? The work that NCB now has to do to clarify is always going to be more than the work that you did to create the confusion.
Because bad news spreads quicker and farther than good news.
Yes.
Well, that's why we're here. We're offering some clarity. We're letting people know, don't worry about it. It's not what you thought it was. It was something a little more technical. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
so,
it's the encryption, and if you don't know what the encryption key is,
you're fine.
That's
just leave
a
it alone.
whole other world.
Just leave it alone.
Other than the little token.
I'm not in that tag bracket.
You're still right. He's still right.
Yes.
You see, all I know, when I saw it, I thought, and that is why Khadine says, I'm not in it. So, get into the future.
You see me? I like old school. When maybe with money, I like with people. I want to go at the bank and say, yeah, but with TK, the lady should have on the black jacket and the black blouse and the woman's pants on the Tuesday. I don't want to go on the platform. Next thing, my big finger click the wrong button. I put the comma at the wrong place. And I want to say, get 6,000 and you get 6 million. I ain't about that. Yeah, I'll write it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, next
I haven't like that yet. I'm working on it.
That's fair. I can understand.
Yeah, I want the people. I don't do much to people.
You see, and you are the people that they want to try to get in front of the computer to kind of free up the bank.
No.
You know, get more faith in the technology and all those things. We work on
faith in pen and paper.
We have work for you, man. We have work for you.
That's why I wasn't worried about this encryption thing.
So you never token?
Love me, Dennis? Next headline, please.
Next headline, please. Statues in Sharpe Square vandalized. The St. James Municipal Corporation has moved to address Monday's vandalism of the memorial statues in Sharpe Square, Montego Bay, with the Jamaican National Heritage Trust, JNHT, called in to assess the situation. The statues located at the St. James Street and Market Street intersection were targeted by vandals. Though no motive or suspects have been identified at this time, Montego Bay's Mayor Richard Vernon expressed concern over the attack, recalling previous incidents of vandalism, but noting that this was the most severe case. We installed a fence around the statues in 2023 to prevent such acts, Vernon stated. Unfortunately, this measure did not deter the vandals, end quote. Under the Jamaica National Heritage Trust Act, individuals convicted of defacing or damaging national monuments face penalties, including fines of up to $40,000, 2 years in prison, or both. Restoration efforts are set to begin before any further action is taken.
Yeah.
Disheartening, sad.
Why?
Why? But I also, again, I would encourage, you know, the municipality to take action, proactive action. So now, if something like that happened before, we need to install cameras so that persons are. Let me tell you, Jamaica is not short of laws.
Yeah, but that's why we can't have nice things. Because now you have to spend money if you put one camera and
fence.
Hold on, and instead of turning the camera this way where it really needs to be, you have to turn it
you see, the people with whom you're dealing are doing these things, so you have to be proactive and protect the asset.
I agree.
It is very sad, you know, because that money could have been used to do something else. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that is why we don't have nice things.
And it's scandalous. And if you know who did it, call the police and let them know.
Somebody saw.
Somebody had to be there. You know what I mean? And as Dennis said, that's why we can't have nice things. And then we complain as a people. But then we're our own worst enemy because we destroy that which is there to uplift us, to elevate us. Sharpe should have just thump you in your neck.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that. Like, if there was you just see them, I just dropped and said that was Sharpe.
Sharpe, yeah. And Paul Vogler's running too. You understand? I saw you do my brethren, watch a style. Marcus Garvey just give them one of them. You understand? Yeah, and then they just get a pinch.
Yeah.
As a people, we have to do better. We have to do better. And police cannot be everywhere. Soldiers cannot be everywhere. Cameras cannot be everywhere.
You have to turn on camera.
We just have to do the right thing.
On some statue when
even when
move,
nobody is looking.
Instead of putting the cameras on the people who are moving and the public interaction, you have to put it on two statues when they move.
It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Can we get back into some sports? Let me lift your spirits.
Yes.
Can we do that?
All right.
Let's look at just a few champs fun facts. Ready?
All right.
Or actually, it's just one. The trophy schools received for winning the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Championships.
Mortimer Geddes.
I want the Mortimer Geddes son. How about you?
Is the Mortimer Geddes trophy.
How about you, Mortimer?
I was going to say, did you guys know that? But then it's, you know what, let's go on to the next one, right?
We knew it, but Mortimer doesn't know.
So it's the Mortimer Geddes trophy. The name came from a former principal of Titchfield High School. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that part.
Okay, so
one Titch.
His name, David Geddes, and his father being Mortimer Geddes.
Aww.
So KC.
Hang up the camera there, DJ. Thank you. Don't be a hater. Yes. Read.
Ready? All right. KC has a 35-year hold on
the
they
don't.
No, man, take off the camera from
Yes, we do.
No.
Has a 35-year hold on the coveted trophy and 4 champs titles in 5 years.
What does a 35-year hold on something mean?
Okay, whatever.
They were in
that means you've held it for 35 years.
Yeah, we have not. Okay, so that's wrong. But we won it the most times.
Yes, of
so
course.
No,
I'm saying, but there are children watching that they need to know it properly. That is foolishness.
The 35-year hold means in the standings up there.
That's
no,
wrong.
That is
That's
wrong.
Information.
That is erroneous.
That wasn't from Tony K. Just saying.
Yes,
all right, next up, last one. Champs.
But we've won it the most times.
Yes, absolutely. Make that clear. Make that clear.
How much time Catherine win? Sorry. 1 second.
I am saying I'm saying make it clear that KC undisputably has won it more than anybody else.
Right, but not 35 year old. No, but as a KC person, I'm correcting it too.
Yeah.
So just relax.
Calm down now.
No, relax.
Oh, you're so passionate.
No, are you passionate?
Ready again?
Yes.
There's no more Kingston College news, Miss Kitty. There's no more Kingston College news. Just so you know, Champs was established in the year
1910.
That's it, yes. There we go. So that's my fun facts. You know, because certain people know more than me. Let me just roll this out.
It's so funny. You know what I noticed,
Let me just roll this out.
You know, as KC people, we're just occupying our space, and people are just, you know, intimidated. And we're just doing nothing, and you just. But I understand. It's. Lisa, remember say come from across the road? Don't do that. Don't have told to say. You understand? Yeah. So,
who is taking us out?
It's now time for a quick break. But when we return, we take a trip over to the parish of Manchester. There's more Sunrise right after this. Thank you.
Woolmers.